G'day guys, and cheers for tuning in. Today we're speaking with guitarist James Ward Armstrong from WA metal band Tempest Rising, who are our current metal band of the month. So thanks for speaking with me, James. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Beautiful. So Tempest Rising has only been on the scene for just a few short years, really, but already you've got a substantial fan base. You've toured overseas and you've played with some of the biggest names in metal. What do you think it is about your guys' sound that captures people's attention?
Unique comes to mind. I guess we're not the run-of-the-mill, generic metal band. We combine a whole bunch of different genres that we all are influenced by and love of, and I guess that's what makes us different. It's handy having Vince, our vocalist. He's a wide ability with his vocals, at being able to do the screaming and the clean vocals all by himself, and his vocals are quite a standpoint in our music, which I guess makes for a pretty unique sound, and why a lot of people like the music.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, you've got a very, very diverse sort of sound, and clearly there's a lot of musical influences going on there. Can you tell us about your writing process? Like, do you clash at all, or do you go in with a particular sound or theme in mind, or how does it work?
On the first album, or the album we got released at the moment, Transmutation, we went into writing that as just not having a particular sound we were really after. It was more just combining ideas and really writing for the song and not for our own egos, really. And I get with the lineup that was at the start of that album, the sound we got was a result of what our influences were, and as you probably tell, it's got more of a metalcore-ish feel to it, because those songs were written over a period of 12 months or so. So a lot of our influences around that time was early Killswitch, In Flames, and that whatnot. Vince's vocal style, he's influenced. He's a big new metal fan, so a lot of his you'd call his rapping in his lyrics and his style, he's influenced by the new metal stuff. But we don't go into there writing wanting to nail down a particular style in the song. It's basically we all throw in ideas of what we've come up with, and we try to make it work for the song, and not just to kind of satisfy our egos.
Yeah, so it's obviously working for you. Your most recent video, Know My Name, which didn't come out too long ago, has already had close to 6,000 views on YouTube. Are you pretty happy with that response?
Oh, definitely, yeah. That just shows we wanted to get that out as quick as possible with the new lineup. It just shows the maturity and how much we've grown compared from the songs off Transmutation onto the single Know My Name, and then in the near future the next album, which we've pretty much almost 90% written. So we just really got to finish off the last 10% of it and lay it down. But once that's released, you'll see a big shift in the songwriting and the the genre and style. It's a more matured, refined sound, and we're happy we've kind of found a groove in what we're looking for. So, which is really cool.
Excellent. That was actually touching on what my next question was going to be, like with the new members coming in. So you've obviously involved them in the writing process then? Yeah,
well, originally we had our previous drummer Bill. He was pretty much in for most of the writing process for the second album, and only recently our guitarist DJ, his brother, has joined as the drummer now. So we hadn't really had set anything stone for all those songs on the album. So Matty's come in and kind of changed a few ideas for drum beats and whatnot, and we've written a couple of songs with him as well. So, and you can tell a little bit of a difference between the songs written when Bill was in the band, our previous drummer, and then the songs that Matty's been contributing to, because they're both their influences are completely different. So, but yeah, it's still way matured and better sounding quality songs than what Transmutation's got at the moment. But that's just over time, and hopefully things just get more refined and better as we go on.
So as well as writing new material, changing members, releasing new videos, you guys have been doing pretty well on the live front recently as well. You just supported Seven Dust in Perth. How'd that one go?
Oh, that was probably beyond amazing. That was probably the best gig we've played to date. Just the response was overwhelming, and playing. Well, the place was packed before we even started playing, which was really, really awesome. As I said, a lot of people tend to kind of just get to the venue when the opening band is 3/4 way through their set and only get the last bit of them. So we were pretty stoked that from the get-go we had pretty much a full capacity crowd that were there to see Seven Dust and checking us out as well. And we made good use of us being the only support act on the night. So we only got to play a half an hour set, but we breezed through that. And I was reading a couple of reviews of the night, and everyone reckons we were pretty tight. I even had the Seven Dust tour manager say to our sound guy that we were pretty awesome and a pretty tight unit, which is cool.
Oh man, yeah, that is awesome. So you've also got another big show coming up in April at the Murderfest. That's in Perth. You guys are one of the main listings on what's a pretty impressive bill, which includes King Parrot. You must be feeling pretty good about that. Yeah,
so I think we've played pretty much every Murderfest that's been put on so far, which is awesome. We've played with King Parrot a couple of times on a few festivals, and they're just a force to be reckoned with. They're just insane live show, and probably one of the biggest Australian bands at the moment. So we feel pretty pumped about that. Sansu is also on the lineup. They're a local Perth band, and they're pretty much tearing it up as well. They're just a intense band with awesome musicianship, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them again. They're always awesome to watch live. The whole lineup is awesome. It's diverse, which is what Murderfest has always been diverse, and we're just very happy to be on it and playing on a bit of a higher slot on the bill than previous times on that festival. So it's just really reassuring and showing us that we're slowly moving up the ladder, I guess. Absolutely.
And so how would you rate the current Perth scene? Would you say it's improved over the last couple of years?
From what I've seen, yeah, definitely. We've only been in the scene since 2012, and prior to that, I wasn't really too much aware of the music scene. I've spoken to a few people that have been around the block a few times, and of course, back in the good old days before social media and Facebook and stuff like that, crowd attendances were pretty high, and you'd be averaging 400 or 500 people to a local show, and that was a good night. But things change. The economy goes up the shithouse, drink prices go up. No one wants to go out anymore. So to get a good show, to get a good attendance, you want to average around between 150 to 200 people, and you've got a good night. But the quality of bands, from what I've seen, like I mentioned Sansa, just been wrecking it at the moment, and there's countless Perth bands that have just been touring over east and touring overseas, and the quality is also Australia in general. Really, there's a lot of bands out of Australia that deserve more recognition than they get, and should be well deserving to be playing to tens of thousands of people at the European festival instead of 20 people at your local pub.
Absolutely. So speaking of the rest of Australia, what are your touring plans for the rest of the year?
After the Murderfest, we're in the album, so that'll really depend on what the movements are. We're speaking to a producer at the moment, so we might be heading over east to record that if all goes to plan. If not, we'll probably look at heading over east again, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. I think we might even venture to Tasmania as well, as just have a bit of a look-see and see where we can just line up a show or two and get some contacts and network. Me personally, I'd love to try play some shows up the North Queensland and in Northern Territory, a few places we haven't been. Even if it's only 20, 30 people, it's still more the experience and exposure. So, can't really complain. And the adventure as well, going on tour with your mates and having a bit of a laugh. So nothing's really set in stone at the moment. There's about 100 million things up in the air. We've applied for a few more support slots for some more international bands. So, something like that could come the way as well. And, we're just playing it by ear at the current moment. But we'll definitely once things are set in stone, we'll definitely promote it and announce it and make sure everyone's aware of it.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks very much for your time, James. Good luck with the rest of 2016. We hope to hear this album pretty soon. And, see you on the road.
Awesome. Thank you very much.